Hey guys, Glenn here with the Bourbon Assault. Back here with a panel of 4 tonight.
4.
Doing the Colonel, the E.H.Taylor Jr. Wasn't really a Colonel, but you know, whatever.
Whatever floats your boat.
Whatever floats your boat. I'm here with Brian, Tony, and Paul. Say what's up.
What's up?
What's
Hey,
up?
What
We're
up?
supposed to be in stereo. Guys, we
What's
messed up. Start over. Just kidding. No, just kidding.
What's up?
So tonight, these are some of the E.H.Taylors that you can actually buy, because there's about 10 E.H.Taylors, from ones that have survived tornadoes to barrel proof to something of the gods. I can't even remember.
Barrel proof tonight?
Yeah.
That mouse thing.
What? No.
I feel like you pulled a Colonel on you.
Yeah. But, yeah, so these are ones you can actually get at the store. Now, these are still probably hard to find, I would say. I mean, you guys can chime in on that, because I don't know, from my point of view, I get them every once in a while.
I was in 6 different stores yesterday. I didn't see them anywhere. So,
The last store I was in, which was shameless plug, Paper Mill Liquors, had 2 of them, but I'm sure they're not there. Just 2.
Oh,
That's
just 2.
Just
Yeah.
2, not 2 types, just 2 bottles, 2 tubes.
Well, I got to give a shout out to Shannon over at Jayco Liquors. Held a single barrel for me, which is what we are tasting tonight. So tonight we have a single barrel, a small batch, and a straight rye.
Ooh.
So these are the ones that I see most of the time. I don't think I've ever seen it. I don't think I've ever seen another one other than these guys in stores, unless they're in a shelf all the way up top and you can't even see the price for it. So,
which is probably a good thing.
which is probably a good thing. Correct.
It's more like a decoration.
So,
Yeah.
So where does E.H. Taylor come from?
Kentucky.
Thank you.
Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace. That is correct. Anybody know what the E stands for? What?
Oh. I guess my homework wasn't very
I
good.
didn't do my homework.
Oh my
I
gosh.
just read
Edward.
it. I just
You were close.
Edmund.
Edmund.
Yes.
That is correct. Edmund is the correct answer. And if anybody is
Just read it an
putting
hour ago.
a comment on there, I appreciate it, but we can't see it. So
I'll bring it up.
tonight we can anyway, and we may, which is really good. But how about the H? Now,
Henry.
no,
Harold.
nope. It's more of a last name, I would think.
Hector?
Haynes, not Haynes.
Oh.
Something like that. Somebody tell me. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And what's the Taylor stand for?
Taylor.
Taylor. Very
All right.
good. Nice.
I got one
It's
for
exceptional work.
1 for
out
6. I'm better than Scott Kingery.
Very nice job.
Exceptional.
All right. So the first one we're going to do tonight. These are all bottled in bond, and as you know, that means they're all what proof?
100.
100 proof. They're all going to be 100 proof.
H is for Haynes.
Haynes. That's what I said, right?
And why is bottled in bond so important to E.H. Taylor?
Well, because back in the day of the Bottled in Bond Act, did he start that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He
bet that
started
was
the
a
Bottled in Bond
strong-
Act in 1897.
Close.
Ooh, man. That was off the cuff right there. What is it?
I don't know.
Oh, it's 1897. I know it is. Dang it.
Keep this up.
Is it on here somewhere?
The Bottle and Bond Act put in place so everything, they were putting all kinds of stuff into bourbons back in the day.
1897. That's what you said.
Yeah, it is.
Wow,
1897.
I'm impressed.
1897.
Nice.
That's a weird bottle.
Thank you. But they were putting all kinds of stuff into bourbon. So the government stepped in and said, you know what? How can we regulate this? Let's do our due diligence and regulate it so everybody's doing the same thing, so they're not putting cocaine in bourbon, or, you know, heroin or bourbon or poppy seeds or whatever.
It actually preceded the Patent Medicine Act, which is what stopped the quacks from selling patent medicines off like the back of their car or whatever that
yeah.
had like, not only cocaine but like arsenic and other things
Yeah.
inside of it. So this actually kind of started that motion in Congress as well. So this kind of was important, even though it's just quote unquote bourbon.
Yeah. So the Bottled and Bond Act, again, put in place a bunch of regulations that each distillery had to put into place in order to do a bottled and bond. Okay, so one of which, it has to be 100 proof. It has to be in a federally bonded warehouse. All right. Anybody remember any of the other rules?
Has to be 4 years.
Yep.
Has to be 4 years, at least 4 years. It can be 20
More,
years if
yeah.
you wanted to, but it has to be at least 4
It
years.
has to be bottled in the same season.
Yes. So, I'm sure I'm missing something in there, but we've told you that before. It's just one of my
Those are all the
minds.
ones I remember.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to do the small batch first, and these are unopened bottles.
That's rare.
That is very
That
rare.
is extremely rare.
I don't think I could find the open bottles. So.
That's not a surprise.
It's good to
And
have
they
unopened
all
bottle
have.
bottles.
Corks. Come on, muscles.
There it is.
Ooh, that was a good one too. That's a good one.
And then you have
Here,
to,
you can pour.
Oh, sweet.
you have to finish your.
Yes, I know. That's why I said he could pour. Hold on a second.
That's the practice
This
round.
is the small batch. Perfect.
Pour.
Glenport.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah, it's a Glen pour. Oh boy.
It's going to be a good night.
It might be.
So
Carried home.
these bourbons are, again, some of the most sought after ones because they're supposed to be really, really good. I mean, we'll see.
We'll
We
be the
shall
judge of
see.
I'll
that.
be the judge of that.
Yes.
Exactly.
Which one is this?
This is the small batch.
Small batch. Okay.
What's the proof on this again?
Let me look. Oh, it's 100.
10 squared. Confuse Glenn.
No, I like to do
And you did. I don't know.
Oh, there it is. We're back.
We have
We're back.
reconnected.
Hey.
Woohoo.
Stand by.
Sorry about
You guys
that.
can talk.
Stand by to stand by.
So shall we dip in Kentucky
Yeah, we
Chew?
I
might as
already
well
did.
get it,
All right, here we
Yeah,
go.
I already did. I'm
This is
my-
sorry.
Seriously.
I didn't bring enough in
Don't
to
wait
actually
for,
Kentucky
don't wait for
Chew.
anybody around here.
We got it.
You don't wait for anybody. That's right.
We all said what we smelled. The next thing we do is we drink it. That's pretty good.
Smooth.
Yep. Tasty.
Yeah, that's a good daily drinker.
$100. I've seen the.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, the rye over $100 is. That's going on.
It keeps coming back.
Yeah, I don't know what's going
This
on.
could be
guys,
fun.
so-
This could be like a disco version of the bourbon is so live. We keep flashing on and off.
Yeah,
It's just freezing, and then it's
yeah, but I don't know what's going on with it. It's kind of weird. And why is it? Can't see everybody.
that might be my screen.
Yeah, if he rotated it.
Yeah.
So like we said, 1,000 times, we're not the techie people. So I'm gonna.
Oh wait, we're supposed
You
to remind people to share this. And
yeah. No, don't share it yet because we. It's
Uh,
all kinds of messed up
yeah.
at this
Well,
point.
I know. It's back and forth. That makes it more fun.
It does.
That's right.
Your signal.
Yeah,
Are you on
it's
Wi? There we go. Hey.
Definitely got to be Wi-Fi, right?
You don't have a router out here?
No, but I'm not even on the Wi-Fi out here, and it's LTE, so I don't get it. But
It's all right.
Okay, whatever.
Make it work.
we enjoy it.
I mean, we're going to enjoy the
We'll-
bourbon
we'll
one
still
way
have
or
fun,
the other.
yeah.
We're gonna enjoy it no matter what. And sorry, guys, if this keeps happening. I don't know why it's happening, but for some reason it does. So, all right. So, what'd you get on that? Mostly vanilla,
Mm-hmm.
Mostly
Yeah.
vanilla.
Get some
Honey, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll throw-
I'll have to
Something
taste again.
sweet. Something sweet in there.
like a sweet vanilla. There's some oak in there too, though. I definitely get some oak.
I got oak on the second taste.
Not much of a finish to it.
Nope.
This is a
hug, no
really.
burn.
This
No
is a
Kentucky
really
hug.
good, no Kentucky hug whatsoever. This is a really good starter bourbon for somebody, I think.
At $39, yes.
Yeah,
At 69,
at
the higher
secondary,
price
no.
point, no.
Right.
yeah. At secondary, no. So
Yeah,
if you can get it for retail, it is.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
got a good taste. Yeah, good
definitely
flavor.
has a
Yeah.
good taste
Yeah,
to
it's
it.
great taste.
I don't know what the I don't know what the year is on this, or has anybody seen how old they are?
It does have a good color to it.
It's got beautiful color to it. Yeah. I don't know what the age statement is. I don't know that it has it on there or not.
I don't see one on there.
Yeah. So,
But
But
it
it's
does
good.
say the yellow label is in exclusive and conclusive use.
whoa,
Which I mean, I guess nobody else can have a
That's
a
exclusive.
yellow label.
yellow label.
All right. Okay. Great.
So what you're saying is that it's at least 2 years and nobody can use a yellow
least
label.
4 years.
At least 4 years and nobody can use a yellow label.
Right.
Nobody can
Yeah.
use the yellow label.
Okay.
No.
All right.
All right. So
Now,
there
now,
is the small batch. It was very good.
That was good.
Very smooth bourbon.
very drinkable.
Very, very drinkable.
Brett,
Yep.
Brett says single barrel is 7 years, he believes.
Single barrel is 7 years. Okay.
But small batch, we don't know.
All right. Well, let's do the single barrel next.
I think that's 7 years.
That must be.
Oh, good. That's good. Nice.
Good guess.
I did
Oh.
my. Oh, that one was open.
Oh, there,
Glenn-
I found it.
Glenn, it looks like you don't like that one.
I found it. Somebody send another bottle quickly. Only kidding. We have
This
plenty.
might be a this might be a man down moment.
It's
it's
definitely
very-
it's
it's
very
very
close. All right,
Glenn's
so we
pouring,
are
he might make
doing
it a man
No,
down
no
moment.
3-finger pour.
we are doing the single barrel this time. And what does that mean?
That means it's in a single barrel.
Hey, very good. Nice.
I went to school.
Nice. Nice
Different
job.
from barrel strength though, because they do still proof it down.
They
to
still
100,
yes,
right?
they
You are
still do
correct.
proof it down. That's
Thank you.
absolutely
oh,
right.
Oh, there he goes.
Man
there it
down.
is, man down.
It's
We
a
have
sad
a
moment.
man down.
We
I
can't
might-
see Tony. Tony, you got to slide in.
I might put it this way.
All right, we're getting Tony back in the situation.
We
Am I
got
here?
man down.
That's a sad day.
You can pull it over.
Slide over.
We're gonna pour one out.
So, no, I don't think so.
You can pour yours out.
We are going to have a moment of silence, though.
Yes.
Okay, that's enough.
Enough of that.
All right, so this is the single barrel.
Single barrel.
I love how you
I
displayed
forgot to
that
clean
there.
my glass and just.
Oh,
cleanse my
that's
palate.
okay. That's okay.
It's okay. You'll be fine.
Now this has a little bit. It's a similar, but it actually has a little bit more complexity on the nose.
I agree. I agree with that. It does. Definitely more complex. Maybe like a, almost like a burnt caramel. And it is the second one, and I do get some stone fruit out of this one.
Oh,
You know-
there it is.
You know,
John,
I think,
that's for you, bro.
I think what we need to do, I think what the Bourbon Assault needs to do is issue bingo cards to everyone.
Oh, that's
Bingo
a great idea.
Because we all have our own kind of saying. So your stone fruit is yours.
Yeah.
Mouthfeel is his.
Mouthfeel.
All right.
Um,
Yeah. Speaking of
Anytime
mouthfeel,
there's a movie
I don't think
reference.
the small batch had much of a mouthfeel. Do you?
it was average.
It was
okay.
average. Yeah, it wasn't.
It wasn't
No, it
viscous.
Well, it
like
was not
oily.
viscous. I agree with that.
Oh, here come the big words again.
That is one of my favorite words.
He likes to throw those around before the math comes out.
Exactly. Makes me sound intelligent even though I'm not. What do you got?
Going in.
Taste
Going in. Going in for it. What's the
I
consensus
get
on
a
that?
little stone fruit.
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
That's not just lip service. I get it. I get honey though as well.
Again, this one's
That's
sweet.
me. I just keep
Paul,
getting the honey.
No, Paul's honey. Like that's your bingo card
That's
spot.
mine. That's
is
mine.
honey.
I'll take it.
Definitely sweet. Again.
It is. I think that's more caramel than vanilla.
Yeah, I think it's a lot more of
Uh,
like a burnt caramel almost.
Yeah, it's like, it was like an oaky caramel. I don't know. Or maybe a honey caramel. Something. I can't
honey
figure it out.
caramel. That should be a like
I get more
honey bunches
I
of
get
oats.
more honey than caramel on this one.
more
be
honey than caramel.
I do. That's me.
I got more of that burnt caramel on the nose than I got
Yeah.
anywhere
Yeah.
else. I didn't get it as much on the palate, but
I mean,
Sick.
the
It's still got a
similar.
sweet taste to it.
It does have
The
a sweet taste.
similarity is they're both very sweet. They're both very drinkable.
Right.
Mhm.
This is again, it's a single barrel. It's not a starter bourbon, but it tastes
yeah.
and it sips like a starter bourbon.
Yeah.
To be honest.
And you know what? This finish is much better.
Yeah.
This definitely has more of a
still,
finish
Still
on it.
no Kentucky hug. I mean, it's
No.
not a burn.
No, I get the finish on the back of my tongue, but not down further.
And
it
it's
doesn't
almost a
go.
little peppery on the end of it,
Yeah.
on the outside of the tongue.
I'm gonna do the
I
old
agree, it just sits on the back
tongue
of the
to the
tongue,
top
doesn't
of
No,
the.
I knew that. I knew
yeah,
that was coming.
Gonna do the
Tongue
old
on the
one?
roof of your mouth.
the old Bob Steele
Go
right
ahead.
here. I'm gonna call that the Bob Steele from now on. I'm gonna.
The
I'm
bob.
not gonna do the Bob.
The bob.
I'm gonna do the Bob.
Bye, Bob.
Okay.
Okay. The Bob with the bib. Get it? See what I did there?
B-I-B.
Yeah, bottle and bond. Very good.
Now that's where you get more of that peppery taste to it
Yeah, on the back.
on that back. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's tasty. It's a good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a good sipping. And this is
probably
to me
go
this
very
is
well
this
with
is
the
like
cigar.
to me like I'll call it a summery bourbon. Like this isn't a bourbon that I think like sitting by a fire would be something I'd want. I'd want something a
No,
little
this
bit
is-
more complex and heavy.
Yeah.
This is more lighter.
This is light. Yeah, I agree with that. It's definitely lighter in texture. You know.
could be a golf course bourbon.
Possibly.
Could be.
So I just did the Bob technique
Yeah.
and very much more peppery
Yes.
and a little bit more of a burn on the end too. So
Yeah.
kind of neat.
But it was good. I mean, it's
Yeah,
a
not
good.
bad.
I
Mhm.
think that enhances a finish to me.
Mhm.
You know. But yeah, this was pretty good. It's tasty. Please comment if anybody has had any of the other E.H.Taylors, any of the 52 other ones. I just I've never had them, so I don't know.
Well, I'll reach out. My buddy Al is watching today. This is I
Okay.
think his first time watching.
Nice.
He is a huge E.H. Taylor fan.
Okay.
And so he did mention that there's a possibility that the Bourbon Assault could go on a road trip.
Oh.
He has I think a relative or a friend that has a restaurant who is interested in featuring more of their bourbons. Now they're in New Jersey, so they have to get out from under the the governor's outside mandate or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But he mentioned to me actually today that she would be interested in having the Bourbon Assault come and do a
Yes.
tasting.
That
Love it.
sounds awesome.
So we
Sounds
might have
awesome.
a road trip, but Albert, if you're out there and you want to comment on E.H. Taylor because this is your deal, feel free to write a note.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So
I
we-
hope that
maybe-
comes to fruition.
it-
like
we
road
will
trips.
make it. We will make it come to fruition,
Nice.
but it just depends on when Governor Murphy in New Jersey decides to unban indoor dining.
I'm gonna call him tomorrow.
yeah.
You should.
I will.
Okay, you have that pull. I know you do.
I'm gonna shoot him a text.
You can tell him we're pulling all Wawas out of Jersey
Yeah.
immediately unless he
All of them. All right, so that was actually pretty good. I mean,
I'm not done yet.
for
Take your time, bud.
that's probably a $59 to
Another
$69 bottle, right? You probably won't see it for less than 69, probably upwards of 79 or 89. You can see it.
So not a golf course pour is what you're saying.
Depends on what golf course you're at.
Yeah, Oronomanka might be good.
See?
Pine Valley would be good, but probably
exactly
not.
right.
Probably not Beckett or one of the more basic ones.
Ah, probably not.
Okay,
It's all right.
all right.
But so that was actually it had a lot of good qualities to it.
It
The
did.
nose was good.
Yeah,
It was
good.
more complex than the small batch. The flavor profile was a little bit more complex, which it should be. So again, I would assume that the full proof or the barrel proof of that is probably outstanding.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just assume that. And you know what
I went
assumption
searching.
means.
I went searching last night.
Searching.
The cheapest that I found it was in Canada. For
You've been known to go to Canada, though.
I have gone to Canada. Yes, I have.
Yes.
I have, but I can't go to Canada now because they're not letting me in.
Right.
Right. But Canada, evidently, the cheapest that I found it was in Canada, and it was $6.97.
That's
Ugh.
just out of control. I mean, that's another one that is probably a $79 bottle,
But
No.
it's scarcity that
but scarcity and the hype that these guys bring is kind of ridiculous.
Albert,
I mean, it's bourbon.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's just
I mean,
it's scarcity though, and
Yeah.
it's people grabbing it and selling it secondary, and that is what it is.
That one also was already.
no, it's not.
Not open.
You didn't like that one as much
It
as the other
comes
one,
in
though.
half bottles. Just a
third
quick
bottle.
follow up. Albert said he will make the tasting happen for the
Nice.
restaurant.
Thank
And-
you, Albert.
And he did correct me, and it is his third time watching. But my comment to Albert is, how come it's not your 15th time watching? Because we've been on the air for a long time. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
All right, so
What I had to say about that?
this one we are going to do is the straight rye. And again,
Oh, rye.
it is bottled in bond, so it has to be 100 proof. Now, rye, for some reason, is a little more expensive to even make. I don't know what the logistics are for all that, but I know
Takes longer.
rye. Maybe it takes longer to ferment, or it takes longer to do what I don't know. But this is probably my second bottle of this rye.
Okay, I'm
Just
gonna
say that.
tell you why.
Oh, I like
very,
that.
Very briefly.
I
Thank
feel
you.
like
I'm gonna
I'm getting smarter tonight.
Okay.
School.
So
Yeah.
rye is like barley in the sense that what they have to do is they have to break the grain open. They have to crush the grain, and then they wet it, and then they let it germinate. And at some point of the germination, that's when they start to do the beer process, right? And the reason that they have to do that is because that is, and I read this. This is my whiskey tasting book, by the way. If you
That's
want to
awesome.
learn about whiskey, then this is what you do.
It's a must read.
It is a must read. It's called Whiskey Tasting. But they let it. They actually put it out on beds and they wet it and they let the rye germinate to literally start to grow a sprout. And as soon as it starts to grow a sprout, that's when they harvest it and they do the beer process. So it takes an extra 1, 2, 3 days to get that to happen. So
Interesting.
So every day is a cost, right? So
Very interesting.
so
actually.
that's why, and the reason that the germination is important is because that's when they get the most sugar out of the grain.
All right.
So the grain has to produce
very
sugar,
interesting,
which is
actually.
what the yeast feeds on to make alcohol. So in order to make the most alcohol, they want the most starch.
That's
wealth of
really
knowledge,
actually
my friend.
interesting.
So the only thing I was going to mention was when I was doing my homework on this one has no corn.
No corn.
It's just rye and barley.
Zero corn.
That should be interesting.
I'm
No
out.
corn.
That should be. I'm out.
I'm out.
All right, so let's give this one a smell.
Oh, it's got a good rye smell.
Yeah, it does. It's kind of like that rye. Yeah, but that rye bread smell, almost like a rye bread. Does that make sense?
No,
No,
you're wrong.
because
Your
rye.
nose is broken.
There we go.
All right, I should use my other nose.
I have no thought on that.
Should use my other nose.
No, I get you. I get it. It's a rye bread.
It smells
I
like
get
rye bread,
It
like a
does.
good fresh rye bread that you get
Honestly,
from a
I've never
bakery.
Smelled much fry bread, so I couldn't.
Well, that's your fault.
You're not missing anything.
Yeah.
This smells way better.
Yes. Agreed.
It does. It's a sweet rye
dissension
bread.
in the bourbon assault
That's
over
okay.
rye.
That's all right.
I
They don't
do
know what they're talking
enjoy-
about.
I'm
It's
a
okay
fry-
to be wrong too. I mean, these guys.
I do
It's
enjoy
really
a good
okay.
rye whiskey, so.
This
It passes
All
the
right.
nose test. That's all I'm saying.
passes the note.
It passes
So I
the
get
nose
that
test.
sweet rye. That's what I'm gonna say. It's a sweet rye.
Say whatever you want.
Okay.
That's a good Kentucky chew going on there. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Kind of tastes like rye bread.
Like I said, you
No,
guys were wrong.
It didn't
No.
smell like it.
It's good though. I mean, that was just the chew, and
If that tastes like rye bread, I'm going to start eating rye bread.
yes, sir.
I have not tasted any rye bread like that.
No.
No, I was just doing that to tease
Yeah.
Glenn. Sorry,
That was quite good.
That's very good.
that was good.
So what else do you get on that? What else do you get on that?
Honey.
That seems to be a
Interesting.
common
Right.
theme in
There's
the
honey in all
E.H.
of 'em.
Taylors.
Sorry, I stole your thunder.
That's all right.
Can I
Put it
get
on the
oak,
bingo
too?
board anyway.
But I'm going to go with Paul on this with a little bit of mint of some sort. Like, I don't know if it's spearmint or wintergreen. That's kind of what it tastes like.
Wintergreen.
Wintergreen to me.
You
Why are you looking out of the side of your eye? at
side
me?
eye?
Because
Honestly,
I get
honestly,
no mint.
No mints. I definitely get some mint.
Glenn,
Mhm.
I actually I agree with you. There is some mint.
Wow.
There is some mint there.
But I don't. It's not a strong minty flavor. It's
No,
not a
it's-
spearmint
it's
like
not
that
like
other,
you're-
like the Pappy Rye that we had.
Yeah.
But this is more of a like a subtle.
It's there. I agree.
Winter green, like almost like a, you know those green jellies.
Nope.
Stupid. Forget it.
I do.
No, I agree. I agree with you.
They're like covered in like a
there's
little
some mint there.
sugar
Sugar or
thing.
something.
Yeah,
There's
never
kinda
seen
some
them.
mint there.
You're lying. Got them at every Wawa there is.
Actually, we don't sell them.
No, should do.
You know?
No, the green jelly things.
No, but this is
You know
this
why?
is
That's
really
a grandma candy.
Because they suck.
It's a grandma candy. It's like Werther's original.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The bourbon assault has made numerous
Shots
references to Werther's original.
I didn't say it wasn't good. I
And
just said
the-
that's a grandma
and
candy.
The, and the fact that
You said it
Wawa
wasn't
doesn't support
good,
that
like a
is
Werther's
hurtful.
original. Is
We
what
sell
you
Werther's
said.
original. We don't sell
Didn't
the
he
mint
say?
things.
Didn't he say that?
I
He
think
said it wasn't good, like a Werther's original.
I know.
And
That's
and
just
that
bad.
12-year that you have at your house, you
That's
can
not
drop
what-
off here because
That's not
that
what he
tastes
said.
just
he said
like
it's a
it.
grandma candy.
That
Shut
was-
up, Paul.
That one's almost gone.
Stupid. I figured
Yeah,
that.
that'll be a man down soon.
No,
Yeah.
I agree that
Oh,
there's-
that's gonna
there-
be a
there's-
sad day
I
right
know.
there.
There's an element of mint. There's no
Yeah.
doubt.
Mint,
You
honey.
know what's funny? I think though that what we have found is that from a rye, from all the good ryes that we have tasted, mint has been an element.
Yeah, it
sure.
definitely has. I
So-
agree.
So I think
I
the
agree.
bad ryes that we've had, mint has been absent, and mint
Yeah.
should be a staple of a good rye. That's just for me.
I'm gonna agree with that because I really like that
Considering
in a rye.
we
I-
all like the minty rise.
I would never have
that's-
thought that mint would be a component of what we like out of a drink,
Right.
but
All right.
that begs
Not
that
made
begs
of
the question: why isn't then a mint julep made out of rye if it has
That's a great question.
mint in it to begin with?
Especially
It's a great question. Maybe it would be too much mint
We need
because
to,
you put
we
mint
need to
into
test
a
it.
mint julep.
We need to test
yeah.
that.
We should probably
I
do that.
We
don't
should test that.
know that we should. I agree with Glenn. That might be over minty.
Over minty.
I think that the bourbon assaults, like,
But I mean-
We are
should be
somewhat
tested.
scientists. We
We-
add
we-
water to bourbon sometimes.
We are
That's
scientists.
alchemists.
Wow.
That's too much.
That's
of a
way
word for
too
us.
much, Paul.
Wow.
But I applaud your vocabulary.
All right. Someone went to
Alchemist.
science class.
That's right. All right, so
I'll stick with math.
those are the three we have.
Had.
Those are the three that I have.
We had.
And have had in the past.
Mhm.
So they all had that honey sweetness to it,
They did.
right?
Yes.
One was more complex than another one, and the rye is kind of in a different ball game, but in a different class, I should say. But it was really good. I really enjoyed that rye.
From a cardboard tube standpoint, it's probably the best cardboard tube whiskey
Right.
that you can get.
Right.
That's a good point.
I'm gonna agree with that too. Yeah. That's
Do you
good.
keep your cardboard tubes? I mean, obviously you did, but do you do that just because? Because as soon as I get the cardboard tube, this is what I do.
Toss it in the trash
I
can.
don't enjoy the cardboard tube, frankly. It takes up room.
And you can't see the yellow label.
Right.
Which is one of a
frankly-
kind.
True story.
Frankly, the cardboard is it a collector's thing? I'm asking
May-
this as a question. Is it a
listen,
collector's thing?
It is
to
not a
keep-
collector's thing
to keep
to
the
me.
cardboard tube.
I have ones that are out of the bottle or out of the tube, and I have ones in the tube.
Because I
I
wanna know if I'm
chose
wrong.
in the
Am
tube
Am I
so
wrong
people.
for chucking the cardboard tube?
No.
No, that's fine.
No.
I would actually use that cardboard tube to launch bottle rockets. That would be a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Or
Like a
keep
bazooka.
change in.
You
or
can do that
or
too.
mortars.
Mortars.
Yeah, mortars.
Mortars
Yeah.
are better.
I don't know if that would stand up to a mortar,
It might.
A little duct tape and it will.
but I would let somebody else try.
Okay.
Right.
Glenn's try.
No. All right. So this is gonna be. I'm gonna do my thing up here first.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right?
Mhm.
So even though this, sorry,
I knew-
Rest his soul.
I'm gonna do this.
Oh, I am shocked.
I am doing this.
I am shocked that Glenn moved the rock. Oh
I
my!
Just
am
put that one back in the
doing.
tube.
No,
Just put it back.
no, it's
No.
cool that way. All right,
Okay.
I'll put it back in the
So
tube.
rye
Tube.
is number one for you?
I go with the rye number one for me because not only does it have the complexity that I like, it has the flavor profile that I like, and it has the viscosity that I like.
Oh,
Yes.
That
I'm
still
gonna go
makes me
back-
think of an STP commercial.
I'm going to
It
go back and
does.
taste again. I've saved a little
Okay.
because
Go,
viscosity
Tony.
is.
So Glenn got most of it right, but the rye's not number one.
All right.
Right there.
All right.
So it's that single barrel,
I'm
then
gonna
the
go
rye.
next just because
the
I
small
think
batch.
Brian's going to change it back the other way, so I just like to keep flipping flopping. And,
Oh, you're on Glenn's team.
Nice.
That's
Ryan?
a great move.
right?
But I'm going to do this.
That's what I figured. Oh, what?
Oh,
whoa,
You
way.
are out of your mind, son.
That's
Wow.
ridiculous.
Well
Out
done.
of your mind, son.
Ridiculousness.
Well done, Brian.
All right, so there you have it. The rye won out as usual. We were
I only
correct.
got 2 votes.
Yeah. And how many did you get?
One.
One. How many did you get?
I don't know.
So the rye won out.
Yeah, the
That's
single
that.
barrel got 2.
Cheers to the
No,
rye.
no, sir.
No, I voted. I
Our-
voted single barrel.
Yeah,
first.
You did.
Single barrel.
You did do that, but your second one was wrong from Tony. So we were correct all the way through.
Okay.
Single barrel and rye each got 2 number 1
And-
finishes.
Yeah, but it's the
and
whole
as
thing.
we've learned, it's Glenn's house, so what
Right.
Glenn says go.
Exactly.
We all just defer, but the reality is,
whatever.
that honestly they were all good.
They were
They-
all good.
honestly, they were
you know,
all
it's
good.
funny.
That
It's
is
like
correct.
1, 2, and 3 is better than probably 80% of what's out there.
Yeah. I'm
So-
going to go with 60%, but yeah, you're
Fair.
right.
Fair.
It's fair.
Yeah, they were good.
No, they were all definitely drinkable. They were all ones that I would definitely buy again. And
But for a price point.
for a price point, yeah, I would not spend
Don't go
$100 on these bottles. I would not do that.
No.
Even for the
60,
foolproof
60,
one,
70 for the single barrel max.
yeah, it's just
And
not.
if you're feeling saucy about it, like
Yeah.
40 for the small batch.
yeah,
The rye, like I wouldn't buy the rye to be honest, but that's me. But if you want to
okay.
spend $50-$60 on a rye, I think that's a fair price on the
Yeah.
rye.
No, it's a good rye. It
I would
really
definitely-
is
I
a
would
good
pay
rye.
$60 for that.
Yeah, they all have really good flavor profiles.
Yeah, they were good.
So,
Lisa wants to know, Paul, did you take Thor for a walk before the tasting?
wow.
Uh-oh.
We don't talk about dog walking on the bourbon.
No,
Espresso,
what
so-
is
Hey,
that?
Lisa, that's a party foul. Sorry.
Feel free,
That's
feel free to text
awesome.
me after this is over.
All right, guys. So don't forget to like us here on Facebook and also on the Bourbon Assault on YouTube. Hopefully that Weller one got up there. It was still uploading to the YouTube channel,
Okay.
the Bourbon Assault
Okay.
YouTube channel.
If you haven't
And
seen it,
I'm
check it
Let me
out.
ask you a quick question.
Sure.
Before we leave,
Yeah, man.
and we're actually a little early today.
Yeah.
Before we
Well,
leave,
we only did 3. So.
Yeah. Before we leave,
Yes, sir.
what do you think next week's tasting is?
Well,
Oh no, stop. Because what
Okay.
next week's tasting might be
okay.
is Blood Oath 1, 2, and 3.
I feel like we have a suggestion.
Wow, 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3, and maybe 1, 2, and 3, 4.
Well,
We're just gonna
then
say-
we have 4, 5, and 6
We
to
did-
do another time because
Well,
we definitely
you know,
have
we may have to do 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6. We'll see.
them. Okay. All right.
But
So the Blood Oath series.
Blood
I
Oath
like it.
will be next week regardless.
So there may be a slight surprise next week. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure yet.
We're about 80% sure.
Well, I'm telling you, there may be another surprise next week.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
All right.
I mean,
And
We do like
Anita,
surprises.
you can comment on this if you're still watching, but I don't know if you want to.
We'll put it on a vote.
We can do that.
We'll put it on a
Should
vote
it be a
this week.
surprise or should it be the Blood Oath?
Blood Oath or a surprise?
Exactly.
I've already had my surprise for the year.
You did, and that was an awesome surprise.
So
It was very good.
so we should
we're
put
not
it
sure
to a
if he
vote.
can handle another surprise.
And I'm not sure I can handle another surprise, to be honest with
It
you.
was worth it though.
I am actually kind of intrigued about this surprise from Anita. That's
Yes.
pretty darn cool.
Yes.
Might
So
have to push the Blood Oath a week.
we may have to.
I'm okay with that.
All right.
I'm okay with that.
All
if
right.
we want to do Blood Oath, then we can do that 2 weeks from now. And
So
then
guys, there you have it. I know we're getting dark out here, and I don't know if you can even see us anymore. So we are here, and I know you can hear us. So what do we always say here at the Bourbon Assault?
Every bourbon is
Whiskey. Very
There
good,
you go.
Paul.
But not
Well done.
every whiskey.
Is a bourbon. That is correct. All right, guys. So thank you very much, and we will see you next week, if not sooner. Not sure.
Oh, there's another curveball.
Such a tease.
Glenn's full of surprises.
You are such a tease.
Maybe Anita's full of surprises. Yeah,
It's a family thing.
it is.
Anita
family
just
thing.
said,
I know. I saw that. That's
Yeah.
Jupiter, by the way, up right
Thank
there.
you,
in
Anita.
case you were wondering.
What the